Hello YouTube, Gold Silver Strength here. Today we're going to talk about Nvidia stock and whether or not you should purchase it right now. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do so down below so that I can continue to make more videos, and make sure to hit the like button so that I know that this content is helpful for you guys and we can continue to make a lot of money through these stock picks and identifying the momentums and key weaknesses that the stock is showing. So starting off with the stock price with the relationship with the moving average cross, we can see that Nvidia likes to hover around the 90 moving average, at least in the short term. You can see ever since 2020, it has been on a bull trend. Starting from January, we can see that it's riding the 90 moving average. Once it dipped down below the 26-day moving average, it immediately spiked up. Then we can see the March dip where it formed a bearish cross, but then it followed by a bullish cross on April of 2020, and then it's been on an upward trajectory ever since. You can see that whenever it tried to dip below the 90 moving average, it was a huge buying opportunity, and there was a surge of positive momentum following the days after that. So from the start of that bullish cross, there were 1, 2, 3 instances where you could have bought Nvidia as it touches the 26-day moving average and made a huge profit when it bounces back up and hit the 90 moving average. Some traders might want to buy Nvidia when it touches the 90 moving average, but that's a more aggressive strategy, and it depends on your trading style. In terms of general support and resistance zones, nothing is obvious to me right now. It already broke the highs made in late February, and it's greatly surpassed that. And the only thing that is really telling is Nvidia hovering around the 90 moving average as its first level of support. Then you have the second level of support, which is the 26-day moving average. In terms of time patterns, nothing is obvious to me for Nvidia. There is no consecutive bullish or bearish candles, which you could say is a pattern. So because it does not have a pattern, you could use that to your advantage. So for example, maybe on days where it has a reddish candle, you'll predict that it will have a bullish ride tomorrow, and then following that, it might have a bearish side. That could be Nvidia's pattern, but you need to keep in mind that Nvidia's trajectory is going up. So there's definitely much more emphasis on the bullish momentum than it is on the bearish. But Nvidia does have its fair share of retracements and bearish candles, so you cannot ignore that. In terms of Fibonacci retracement, let us do one right now for Nvidia. We'll use the highs made in February, and then we'll go down to the lows in March. So let us do that. So currently Nvidia already broke through the 161% extension made at 400. The next price target for Nvidia is at the 261% extension, which is just almost touching at 537, 535-ish. So that would be a key price point for Nvidia to hit within the next couple of days or weeks. It should do so very soon based off this huge upward momentum made by Nvidia. So overall, Nvidia looks to continue its upward growth. Nothing is slowing down for the stock right now. Although it has a 261% extension coming up soon at 535, it still wants to continue to test higher highs. As you can see here, let us draw them. So you see the lows right here are just getting higher and higher right here. And then you can see that the highs are also getting higher and higher. So that is just one signal that Nvidia is continuing its bullish growth, and that if you were to ride this trend, it would serve you very well. You can see here that at the 161% extension, Nvidia did try to chop sideways a little bit prior to hitting the extension level made by Fibonacci, but after it channeled sideways a little bit and it hovered around the 90 moving average, it just popped straight over it. And then there was a slight retracement here. You can see by this candle made on July 13th, 2020. And then there was some greater retracement, and which led to one of the touches on the 26-day moving average. But since then, it's continuing on its upward trajectory. So Fibonacci traders should be aware that as the 261% extension is coming up, that we can expect some sideways movement for Nvidia, and possibly one of the fourth instances where Nvidia will touch the 26-day moving average, and then you can make some more profit as it continues to extend upward. Nvidia has some very strong signals for short-term growth, but there is only probably one signal to me that might tell you to be aware of certain movements by Nvidia, which is the time patterns at the way these candles form. You can see that Nvidia doesn't have a pretty pattern in terms of red candles versus green candles formed. You can almost say that it tries to alternate one red candle one day, one green candle, one red candle, and then possibly one green candle. And it's just completely random for Nvidia, but it is on an upward trajectory going higher. So if you were to make some sort of hedge or some sort of investment, some trade, you would bet on the side of Nvidia going up with more positions that way than you would predicting it would fall down or drop below the 9-day moving average. Nvidia is a very popular growth stock, and it can have a lot of money to come in when it gets high. Just like its competitor AMD, once it gets rolling, it's very hard to stop this train from continuing to grow higher and higher. So that is it for Nvidia, and thank you for listening. Are you tired of losing in trading and investing? Check out my videos where I do a bare bones analysis on just the price action. No fancy indicators, no gimmicks, just trend analysis and winning here. And I'll see you guys in the next video.